10 Spooky Pumpkins by Chris Grimley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 Spooky Pumpkins by Chris Grimley. Once upon a time, as day turned to night, a little girl stepped out into the twilight. The wind said swoosh, and the gate went creak. The owl went hoo, and the night sighed eek. 10 spooky pumpkins sitting in a line, looking for a cat, and they found 9. 9 black cats creep along the gate, looking for a bat, and they found 8. 8 screeching bats soaring in the heavens, looking for a goblin, and they found 7. 7 greedy goblins full of naughty tricks, looking for a ghost, and they found 6. 6 hollow ghosts wiggle and writhe, looking for a wolf, and they found 5. 5 wild wolves running o'er the moor, looking for a skeleton, and they found 4. 4 foolish skeletons lounging in a tree, looking for a witch, and they found 3. 3 toothless witches stirring up the brew, looking for a scarecrow, and they found 2. 2 skinny scarecrows having some fun, dancing in the field with everyone. Then one full moon rose, big and bright. Whoo went the wind, and the creatures ran in fright. Alone was the moon. On Halloween night, the wind whispered swish, and the gate latched creep. The owl sighed hoo. We all were fast asleep. Artist note: I've been intrigued by what lurks in the shadows for as long as I can remember, but I believe this ethos took root at the age of 5 in 1980. Every generation idealizes their youth, and I'm no exception. The 80s were a great decade to grow up, especially as a child fascinated by monsters. It was a time when the veil between reality and the supernatural was a little thinner, and wherever you wanted to go, you could get there on a bike and with your imagination. There was no season more dangerous and adventurous than autumn. I lived in a small Midwest farming town that hid amidst golden, crisp cornfields and the fiery wall of wilderness that followed the great Elkhorn River. It was a time when the red brick movie theaters swelled with rowdy children for Saturday matinees, and the dime store was the juvenile stomping ground and supplier of Marvel comics, Cracker Jacks, Bazooka Joe, and genuine scar stuff. Main Street would shut down for one afternoon so that the children of the community could flaunt their mostly do-it-yourself costumes in the annual Halloween parade. The decorated night unleashed upon the community every tiny breed of monstrosity to run ruthlessly from house to house, across still streets and over trodden lawns to raid the inhabitants for treats. Those that were fortunate to deliver were spared, but homes that were barren or left darkly vacant became victims to toilet paper showers, pumpkin smashing, or any other number of deviant tricks. It was a time when homemade popcorn balls and caramel apples were still handed out, and peanut butter flavored taffy and black and orange wrappers were appreciated. When the homes had been cleaned out and porch lights extinguished, a walk through the silent town would follow, leaving a trail of empty wrappers behind. The creaking gates of the cemetery on the hill beckoned brave children to pass through for a moonlit stroll, ghost stories, or a game of dare. The next morning, Halloween seemed all but a passing dream, a hazing memory of a distant life. I now have children of my own who inspire me daily. The Spooky Countdown book was roused by them, the 5 Little Pumpkins song my son learned in preschool, and the innocent curiosity imbued in my daughter. Recollections of my own childhood Halloweens were stirred into the brew to conjure a young girl's call to adventure, a rite of passage that awakens her to the magical world that comes alive while children sleep safely in their beds on Halloween. For my daughter, Gigi. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.